global surge in electric vehicles and solar power shines hope on climate targets. We need some optimism what's going on in the world, guys. So let's have a look at this from Sky News, guys. Let's go. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is REGANELITE here with an article from Sky News with the headline that the global surge in electric cars and solar power shines hope on climate targets. Record growth in vital green technologies will cut some greenhouse gas significantly in the next few years, keeping alive the chances of reaching a crucial global climate target, the International Energy Agency had said. We definitely need more optimism. It can't be all doom and gloom. We have to have some optimism in what's happening out here, guys. We really do. So the surge in clean energy around the world has raised hopes that the world may still reach its climate change target, according to the leading energy agency. Electric vehicles and solar powers have grown at record rates in line with the pace needed to reach net zero emissions by 2050, the International Energy Agency, the IEA, has said. Net zero means cutting emissions as much as possible and offsetting the rest, and is seen as a key to limiting warming to 1.5 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial levels, a goal of the Paris Agreement. But the IEA said the window for reaching that goal is still shrinking overall, with the growth of these clean technologies propping it open. IEA Executive Director Faith Brewer said keeping alive the goal of the immediate global warming to 1.5 degrees Celsius requires the world to come together quickly. The good news is that we know what we need to do and how to do it, and today's report maps out that path, he said. But he calls on governments to cooperate, which he said was crucial to the world's success. The governments need to separate climate from geopolitics, given the scale of the challenge at hand. So this is a graph here is from the real-time power mix GB. This is sourced from the National Grid ESO. I'll put a link for that in the description if you want to have a look at more to it. This specifically goes for Great Britain here. So 47.3% we rely on wind, 16.2% gas, 14.3% nuclear, 9.6% solar, 4.7% on imports, 4% on biomass, 2.4% on coal, 1.6% on hydro, and 0% on other there. EVs and solar are set to provide a third of the cuts to greenhouse gases needed between now and 2030, regarded as a crucial time period for putting the world on the right course for meeting the net zero target by 2050. The findings come in an update to the IEA's benchmark 2019 report on how to get to net zero. The IEA analysis says, however, that bolder action is needed to decide to this decade, to meet the 1.5 degree target to fend off worsening climate changes like more intense heat waves and droughts. They said the fossil fuel demand must fall by a quarter by 2030. That will require global renewable power capacity to triple, a doubling of improvements to energy efficiency, and a sharp rise in the sale of electric cars and heat pumps. Last week, the Prime Minister Rishi Sunak rode back on clean power targets, including delaying the end to new petrol and diesel car sales in favour of EVs. He also pushed back phase-outs of gas boilers, which would make way for electric power heat pumps as well. So, I think we need some optimism, given the significance of where we are. It is good that the IEA are saying these things, guys. And let me just pull this up. And we need that optimism. There are still opportunities for us to reach this target. I do believe, in terms of just Rishi Sunak and his rolling back policy, I think Labour are likely to win power at the next general election, so they will roll it back into phase. I don't think Rishi Sunak gives a damn about the world. I think he's, as a matter of fact, I think he's deluded. I think he's obsessed with money. You know, if he generally cared, he would not have changed the course. And he's upset lots of businesses as well, and investments that are already taking place in this country. So he's already lost the plot as far as I'm concerned. In terms from a global standpoint, I've seen that the likes of America, China, Russia do need to play their parts. I'm not sure about how Russia, if anything, that they're doing to ramp up or reduce emissions in their part, but there has been some of China reducing it from what I've read and heard, but I don't know how significant that is. But the likes of America have made some strides under the Joe Biden administration, so that's good to see that. Obviously, I can't speak on too many other nations. I know some, obviously, the European Union have been pushing hard on it. Nations like France, Germany, I'm sure have been looking at ways to reduce their emissions as well. But obviously we also need to look at some of the more porous nations society. Is Australia playing their part? What's happening in South America? Although they don't, some other nations don't produce as much significant CO2 as someone like the United States of America. Still, are they playing their parts and they're playing their roles? Those are the questions that need to be answered there. But I do think, from the IEA is giving us some optimism, which we much needed, guys. But what do you think about this? The global surge in electric vehicles and solar power, we're seeing a significant direction in that way. I think the only thing, obviously, for us in the UK is not having. I still think we are lacking the infrastructure when it comes to electric cars. That is my general opinion on it, but you can disagree and let me know down in the comment section down below. So let me know what you guys think about the global surge. Is there some optimism? Should we have some optimism? Let me know what you guys think. Like, share, and subscribe as always. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to catch you all very, very soon.